Hello, we are the Lincolnshire Maternity Voice Partnership. Thanks for joining us. We thought that it was important to share our work with you surrounding military families. So here is the story about how the Lincolnshire Military MVP came to fruition. And thanks for joining us to find out all about it. But before we go on, you may be wondering who we are. The Lincolnshire Maternity Voices Partnership are an independent NHS working group dedicated to listening to individuals and service users of the Maternity, Neonatal and Supporting services when you are pregnant or have a young family here in Lincolnshire. We represent both men and women, and with the feedback that we receive, we use it to help in improving experience and safety, with the aim to also help reduce infant and maternal mortality rates. We also play an important part in ensuring seldom heard voices are raised, considered and included within maternity and neonatal care. We also facilitate service users and individuals being a part of the care pathways that are in place by co-producing work in collaboration with the different services to aid in these improvements. We fall under the umbrella of the NHS Maternity Transformation Programme, who we have collaborated with in the creation of this pilot. Above all, we love what we do because we're really trying to make a difference and ensure that the families of Lincolnshire have equity to services and inclusion across the board. The creation of this pilot is totally dedicated to the military families of Lincolnshire, be that serving, dependents, veterans, those living in Lincolnshire but based elsewhere, and those perhaps seconded into Lincolnshire from other military services in other countries. Because of our work, we identified that military families are not often considered to need extra considerations. However, due to our research, it became abundantly clear that actually this group is special and do need some extra support and attention to ensure that they are in the best possible place when they are becoming parents and have babies and young children. You see, we discovered that they were not always receiving safer, kinder and equitable services. Sadly, many were feeling isolated, be that within the community or from the health and social care services available to them. Some reported issues surrounding their movement when posted in pregnancy, where they were not permitted to take their notes. It may be late in their pregnancy and they may be high risk, and so on arrival to their new destination, they would end up needing to repeat scans and tests, which often understandably induced anxiety. It was not just women though. We were hearing about partners and dads having problems around feelings of isolation, postnatal depression and feelings of bewilderment. The other thing that was being reported a lot was that by having no family and friends around them resulted in many not knowing what services were even available to them. It was also really useful to hear from the Lincolnshire Perinatal Mental Health team, who reported to us that there was an increase in military-linked women using their services. So we decided to do something about it. After a lot of investigation, we were linked in with the NHS England Armed Forces team, who have been really supportive, understanding and instrumental in introduction of our new military MVP. So what will our military MVP do? Well, first of all, we are introducing a full-time bespoke military care navigator that will only be assisting military families, which will cover from conception to reception aged children and their families. When military families hit Lincolnshire and are pregnant or have a young family, this includes those experiencing fertility issues, then the care navigator will be there to assist them in accessing health and social care services, along with military services that they can signpost into, and religious, charitable and voluntary groups here. Care Navigator will build up a network of support for families. A part of this role will be developing a directory of services and collaborating with professionals to ensure that families and individuals are where they need to be and have all the support or information that they may need to hand. Data Trends and themes will also be collected to assist in service improvement for military families. This is to aid in their overall well-being and to ensure that no military or veteran families slip through the net, and to ensure that they're in the best possible place with the right support around them when they're having a baby or have a young family. The Care Navigator may also work on cases and follow up later down the line to ensure support is carried through the period that those contacting the service may require. That's not all. We're also introducing a bespoke military MVP lead who will ensure they link directly with families to hear about their experiences and feed these back into the local maternity and neonatal system, ensuring that they're at the heart of their care and the governance structures in place in order to discover any challenges people may be facing and to collect those trends and themes, which will aid in service improvements for families overall. Lincolnshire is actually the second most rural county in the entire country, so this is no mean feat, which is why we've decided to have this two-pronged attack and make sure that all bases, excuse the pun, are covered. Both the Military Care Navigator and the MMVP lead will link together to help share their findings, escalating any issues they feel need addressing swiftly, or working with families directly and co-producing items to ensure families' wishes and thoughts are included within the care military families receive across Lincolnshire. Any learning that may be discovered may also then be shared with any groups that would benefit in what happens to military families, in the hope that their overall experience is improved across the board, with the added bonus of embedding military families into NHS and supporting services, everyday thought processes and pathways. During the creation of these roles, we decided that it was really important for both positions to be filled by individuals who understand the full complexities of military life, so made it a requirement that they have some direct military experience, be that by having served themselves or being a dependent. At the end of this implementation, we hope to bring you some really positive outcomes, backed up by the evidence that we shall be collecting along the way, in the hope that these care navigators may be rolled out countrywide and linked together, so that when families have a transition, it will be as seamless as possible from county to county, which ultimately we hope will improve experience and outcomes. All that's left to say is
that you are joining us and together we can help our military families thrive and make a difference. Bye bye.